What's going on, Clashers? This is the D here. So we missed a recap. We unfortunately lost it all to an update. I'll just show you guys. War log. We beat the pants off some Russian clan. I won't say we beat the pants off them. It was actually a really good, tight war. But we did win. We're going to go in here. We'll watch this one against Zerotanta, I guess is what you call it. I don't know. Italian clan. They weren't very good. But we'll skip over that. So, jump right in. I'm going to see Mac hitting a low-end Town Hall 10. Only had one Inferno on a single. He's going to go with a Govawiwi, one of his favorites. So the queen's on the outside. She's going to go down super quick. He's got a poison for all those wizards. They didn't bring high HP troops in their CC, so a lot of easy clan castle kills. But this is a pretty cool one. Keep your eye on that queen. She's going to do some work down the stretch. So he creates a big wide funnel for his Valks, and they're going to go right into the core. Drops that jump with a rage to help get them to that Inferno tower. Guys, Valks with a rage and a heal, they're a wrecking ball. They're going to help clear out this core super fast. Everything's going down. And you just see these two wings, wizards and witches, along the right and left side. Now the bottom side there, they're going to fall apart. They're going to hit something over here. Yeah, there's these walls here, and these defenses are going to take them out. But they kind of did their damage and cleaned all that out. But if you look, and right here, it's looking pretty grim. You know, all those wizards and witches there are about to go down. This queen up here, get the king with some Valks. They're going to go ahead and clean out that last section there, but it just doesn't look like there's any way it's going to end. All the golems are down, so all his tanking is gone. His king's still, full health, still got his ability. Let's see what happens here. That queen's finally going to break through that wall. King takes a walk on the outside. Luckily, he stayed in range of that Expo, so the queen doesn't get locked on. She starts taking out the Expo. Still, all those guys down there are doing all this tanking. And that witch is going to die to the Wiz Tower pretty quickly. And it looks like it's almost over. And it's going to be like a high percentage 2-star. But the queen is a beast. Level 20 queen. She's going to bust through this wall. And she's going to take out 5 defenses? Yeah, 5 defenses. Just with her ability. Going to pop the ability. Boom, Tesla's dead. Boom, Archer Tower's dead. Boom, Cannon's dead. And Wiz Tower ain't beating the queen this side of the of this life. So there she goes. Well done, Mac. 3-star. It's a low-end Town Hall 10, but it don't matter. Doesn't matter. It's very difficult to beat Town Hall 10s. Let's see here. We got Epic hitting number 5. Let's see what he did. We had to hit this base a bunch of times, and I'll tell you, we really got to work on our funneling. And one thing I'll say, you notice he's got a jump. I don't think he ever even drops the jump. Guys, you really got to think through, how are you going to get to that queen? What is your plan? And what is it going to take to do it? If you're going to bring the jump, then you definitely don't need those wall breakers. If you're going to bring the wall breakers, then maybe you don't need the jump. And if you need a jump and the wall breakers, well, that's 8 troop space. That could be another hog. He ends up dropping a wizard to anchor. That could have been a hog and a minion and an archer, and that could have been your anchor. There's those little things. An extra hog can make a big difference, guys. So you got to think about that and get the most you can out of your troops. But anyway, starts out with a lure. He knows there's a bomb up there. Like I said, this base got hit a couple of times, so he goes to get the lure and gets a bomb, which is a big deal. Drops a wizard down here. And what you're going to see, he dropped that wizard there for the anchor, right? And that's fine. Gets his witches down. And I like witches on this base because it's got, big compartments, a lot of stuff. So that's good. Drops his queen down. But here's the thing. Everything is, because he hasn't created a funnel, he really needed a wizard over here and something over here, maybe a minion, just a minion, to take out this builder hut. And if that's gone, and then this building's gone, basically they have to go up to the core. This is where you would want to drop your jump. That's going to connect all these compartments. And if this isn't open, especially, which he ends up opening with his wall breakers, they're all going to go right up the middle, which is what he wanted, I think. Didn't really plan out how the troops are going to go, though. So he drops his golem down here. Now that the CC's pretty much done. And see, those wall breakers come in, and it's actually bad that happened. Because he doesn't need to use his jump now. Everything's going to start straying. You notice his king doesn't go up the middle because there's no breadcrumbs. He kind of started from the core and worked his way out. And I'm gonna be showing you how. I'm gonna show you 3 stars, ones that ended up winning. But the plan, honestly they got a little lucky because what they planned on happening didn't happen. And that's what we got to work on, is how to create that. So how to create your funnel. It's a lot like dragons. Anyway, so sends his hogs in, gets a heal here, hits all his hogs, pretty good heal. Some of the other heals were not so good. Just kind of the hogs went zigged when he was zagging. So, but he is holding on to him. I will say he might have held on to him a little too long because notice this whole group of hogs over here is dead. But hey, he still wins, so can't knock it too much. They're going to go over here. They're going to jump in. That heal there was pretty solid. Luckily, this wizard's going to go ahead and take out this whiz tower. But the story for this one was, look at that. He held back on those wizards. Look at all that trash out there. He doesn't really have a ton of hogs left, especially after the work that gets done on him by the king and the skeletons there. I think he might be left with like 1 or 2 hogs, maybe 3 or 4. But all those wizards are cleaning up all that trash. If he didn't have those wizards, he don't win this raid. Simple as that. We're going to speed up because it is done. There we go. Good job, Epic. Keep working on your funneling, man. Next one, Kinger, hitting 7. This is going to be another example of one that it worked out. Got to work on your funneling. So he's going to start out with a lure. These guys had low HP troops, so you can kill them with the poison. In fact, he probably sent 1 too many hogs in there. I don't know. He got the archer tower down, so it's not too bad. And he got a skeleton trap. So hard to say he wasted anything on that one. He's going to speed that up. Those guys are going to die, and they're dead. And so now here's the thing. He sent in witches. Don't think you need witches on here. This was a highly compartmentalized base. A max golem probably would have been better. But here's the deal. He dropped his king in here. He obviously needs to get to the queen. He's got to jump for it. But here's the thing. He didn't create a funnel. And it's just like drags. You have to kill the buildings on the edges over here and leave the buildings in the middle. And people have been doing the opposite. They've been killing the middle ones, just like we used to do with drags by mistake. And what's going to happen is the king's going to wrap around. Nothing's really even going to take that jump. I think the golems end up getting in there doing some tanking, which is good. But everything just kind of wraps around the base and does really nothing for them. So you get that when I'm talking about funneling at Town Hall 9. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Anyway, sends his hogs in, which again, the queen's is not engaged yet. You got to get the queen down, guys. The queen's going to step into the pocket, which is what saves the raid, and he's going to get the defending queen. So it does work out, but I don't think that was his plan. I think Kinger was trying to get the king to go in. You've got to create a funnel. You've got to find a way to do it. And if that means dropping your golems down, dropping some wizards behind them on the edges, and kind of leaving breadcrumbs in the middle to make sure the king goes to the middle, that's what you got to do. But you've got to just plan it out. You got to, when you're deciding how you're going to hit the base, you have to look at, okay, so there's defenses here, there's defenses here. I'm going to have to send golems here, drop some wizards here. Maybe it's minions that I use here. And that's going to create a funnel for my king so he won't wrap around, so he'll go to the middle. Once the queen starts engaging stuff and the king's somewhat in range, he's going to go after her, but you can't just drop him and hope he goes there, because he won't. He's going to walk. And so, again, the king didn't do much for him here except clean up trash. Low-level queen, pretty easy to kill. worked out, but it's not going to work. And honestly, on the next war recap, which we may lose if some people don't get on their game. In fact, is it people talking on this? So we got to get some more loons. Okay, there you go. There we go. But anyway, a 3-star is a 3-star. Just saying, got to work on that game. You know, they're not always going to be easy bases, and we're finding that out in this one. Let's move down here. We had a couple of drag attacks I'm going to show. Honestly, Dragons won 3-star most of these bases. Let's watch Strider hit number 8. And this is, I won't say this was like a tough base, but I mean, it is pretty high level. So he starts out, he gets those builder huts, and you know, has created a funnel. Again, he's working from the outside in. Granted, he dropped those 2 there, but that's because he knew he had these coming. There was a lot of high HP stuff here. He also came from the side where the sweeper was not pointing. Don't attack into the sweeper, guys, if you can avoid it. Killed the far AD, and watch this. This rage is perfect. You know, we've been thinking, oh, use the rage to kill the dragon. Nah, use the rage to propel those loons into the core. They get in there, do some work, and that dragon's getting ready to go down. And again, it's over. He dropped his king over here to make sure he gets that builder hut, which honestly is a pretty good use for him, because he's pretty useless in these. Again, we're going to speed up. These drag attacks are take forever. Just speed all the way through. But that's it right there. Good job, Strider. That was their top Town Hall 8, I believe. We're going to move on to Ryan. He had a 6-star war. We're going to show this one right here. It's a pretty solid attack. Ryan's getting really good at holding back his wizards and not using too many. And you're going to see in here, I think a lot of people in the same situation, if they did it the way he did, would have dropped almost all of their wizards. And Ryan holds back a bunch of them and gets it done with a minimal amount. He fortunately missed with his poison there. He drops 3 wizards down. Watch this. It's going to get real close here. I don't think he doesn't even drop another wizard. Boom, boom, boom. Gets it with 3 wizards. Leaves himself with 6. And also, he sent in most of his hogs, but he kept back 6. And very, very good thinking. Probably needed to hold back a couple of more. And you're going to see what he's going to do is send them in here. And that is to help make sure his main force of hogs doesn't double back. They end up doubling back because it's not enough, and he sends them a little too late. But if he had maybe like 10 there and sent them in just a little bit earlier, then that main force of hogs would have kept moving through the base. So it was a good thought, not quite what you needed for the situation, but very good idea. I like the thinking on it. So let's see here. Gets those 2 heals. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle, so he kind of needed those 2 heals. And you see those 6 come in. But it was a little too late. Should have had them in a little earlier and had a few more, and they'd have cleared that out a lot faster. But anywho, that other force of hogs went down. He's used his last heal here, but everything's going to be running through that heal, and pretty much everything's gone. But he's going to hit a big bomb at the end here, and that is going to mess him up pretty badly. But Ryan did a good job of keeping his wizards, getting them down early. You see all those wizards are over there doing work. There's no trash left over here. They've killed it all, and there's just a ton of them. And with his king still there, they're going to take out the defending king, and that's it. Very good job, Ryan. Couple little tweaks, and you had hogs out there, and this would have been a overkill. But hey, a win's a win, and you did a great job of holding back those wizards, not overcommitting on that drag. Because I mean, honestly, if you put 2 or 3 more wizards on that, like most people would have, you might not have 3-starred this one. Let's see here. Ari comes in, number 12. We're gonna see him hit this one. I can't remember how he does it. So this is another example of funneling, and honestly, guys, you got what you're not supposed to do with funneling. Again, it works out, but notice he drops his stuff in the middle. He starts in the middle. Now look, he wins, but honestly, you should have dropped one on this campsite, let it move up, take out this right here, or kind of move in here and take this out. I'd probably drop my king over here and drop a drag over here to kind of take these out, and that would have propelled them into the middle. Again, it ends up working out, but you'll see they start to move in the wrong direction. It just, like I said, kind of works out because of the way the CC troops come out. They're going to go up, they're going to hit this one, and then watch this, they're going to kind of split right and left. And if those buildings had been cleared out, they wouldn't have done that. So it does kind of work out, like I said, but you've got to work on that funneling and thinking about the best way to propel them. Luckily, this guy had a pretty bad setup, and it just worked out. But he did take the angle that hit the air sweeper the least. I mean, honestly, if they set their air sweeper up well, you're going to have to attack into the air sweeper a little bit. But you can always take an angle that means it doesn't hit all of your hogs or all of your drags. It just gives you the best angle. You got to get the best angle you can on that air sweeper. That's the idea. But again, we're going to speed up because it's drags and it takes forever. Boom. All this stuff's going down. And we got a winner. All right, so we're up against the wall in our newest war. We're going to need some heavy hitters to come in and do a good job. Hopefully we'll get it done. But anyway, this has been the D. Keep going for 3 stars, guys.